Morning. It's Monday, Labor Day, September 7th. And the news is not good on the virus front. There's a new model out that has predicted over 400,000 Americans could die by January 1st, 2021. And I can understand why this model is predicting that. When I look at things that have happened in recent memory. There was a wedding in Maine. 3 people died and 147 people were infected. In the University of Alabama, over 900 students came down with the virus. Now, one piece of good news in the University of Arizona, they were able to test the bodily fluids that were eliminated by students using the toilets, and they ran a test and found signs of COVID-19 in the urine. So they tested everybody that was living in that particular dormitory. And as a result of those tests, everybody was masking up and everything, and there was virtually no spread in the University of Arizona. And I thought that was a pretty clever approach to testing a community for the virus. And colleges all over the country, which plan to have in-school learning, have been forced to switch to virtual learning because COVID-19 has run rampant through the campus. And that could be fluky, but it isn't probably. It's probably because the students are not doing the right thing. Maybe they're social distancing on campus, but as soon as they go back to the dorms or they go out in the evening into town and they hang out at clubs and bars and go to other places that people congregate in a lot of places, and they don't wear masks and everything. So COVID-19 springs up, and as a result, many colleges have been forced to go online. Now, this has caused a huge uproar with the parents of these colleges because they are demanding refunds for the tuition. They want a rebate on the tuition. And I don't blame the parents. Am I paying $70,000, $80,000 a year for glorified Skype? That doesn't make any sense to me. College is supposed to be an experience. It's supposed to be a learning experience as well as a great social experience. And I'm not so sure that the learning experience, virtual learning experience, is worth $70,000 a year. I'm not sure it's worth $20,000 a year. But in any event, parents are in uproar. And who can blame them? Who could blame them? As far as the parents are concerned, they're paying a lot of money for tuition, and our students are not getting what they paid for. They're not getting the college experience. In recent years, colleges have been under pressure for the fees that they're charging. And there are many, many, many people in this country who feel that the college education costs have gone crazy and totally out of sight. At Rutgers University, more than 30,000 people signed a petition calling for the elimination of fees and a 20% tuition cut. And I can tell you, I don't think a 20% cut is a big enough cut. And then they had 40,000 people sign a plea for the University of North Carolina to refund housing charges to students in the event of another COVID-19 related campus shutdown. And you know what happened at North Carolina. They had to shut the school down. At Ithaca College, which is a small school, 2,000 queries were put in the past month for financial aid and tuition adjustment. And 340 Harvard freshmen, that's roughly about 1/5 of the first-year class, deferred admission rather than possibly spending part of the year online. So this is a serious problem in our educational system. Costs are high, Students are not doing what students normally can do. Now, the colleges and the universities have been divided in their responses. Some offering discounts, but most are resisting. Most are arguing that remote learning and other virus measures are making their operations cost more, not less. And this is at a time when higher education is already struggling. That's what they claim. And there's another factor in this equation. There are many students that work their way through college, and those jobs have disappeared. So you've got students enrolled, and the jobs that they had in order to help pay the tuition are gone. So either they're going to drop out, or their parents are going to have to take more loans. And so I don't see a concerted effort on the part of universities and corporations and the government to do anything to ease the pain of having to pay a large tuition fee and get an education. This is a major problem, and it is not being properly addressed by the powers that be. I'm not sure who all the powers that be are, but certainly the Secretary of Education should be one of the people worrying about this. And I know she isn't. So I leave you with that thought. And remember, education is one of the most important industries that we have in this country. It is essential to the preservation of our system and our place in the world that we continue to give our students the best education possible. So I leave you with that thought, and I'll see you in the morning. Bye.